Alright, so I got the request to make a Lunchbox type beat video, and so that's what we're gonna be doing today. This is like the second time I'm recording this. The first time the audio was messed up. And so now I'm gonna have to go through it again with the full beat, and I'm just gonna be breaking it down. I don't really like to do that, and I know most people probably don't like to watch it, but unfortunately the recording did get messed up and this beat turned out really good, so I am going to do that. But anyways, yeah, also you may have noticed my voice is gone, or it's gone. It's still gone. It was worse when I first recorded it, so maybe it's a good thing that it got ruined, but it's still not great. So just bear with me. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. All right, so you already heard the beat preview, because I'm gonna start putting that at the beginning, because let me know if y'all like that or not. But you already heard the preview, so I don't really want to waste any time going through the entire thing. But let's just go ahead and start breaking it down. So first thing I got is this organ like key kind of thing from Xenology. Before I go any further, huge shout out to my bro Shadow. Most of y'all probably know him. I watched his Lunchbox tutorial before I even made this beat, because like I didn't even know who Lunchbox was until like 20 minutes before recording the first time. So he put me onto this, like all the Xenology sauce and all that stuff. So huge shout out to him. Go check out that video. Great video as always. So be sure to check that out and check him out in general. But moving on, I got this organ key thing. Yeah, I just made this like super simple arpeggiating pattern along with these chords. I don't really know how to explain how I made them. I just kind of knew what I wanted the bass to sound like. So I started with these notes and then built from there. And eventually I got this. It's nothing too crazy, just some simple arpeggiation within the chords. So this is what it sounds like. And I do want to go ahead and clarify that I don't know what new jazz is, but I'm calling this a new jazz beat because that's what everyone calls a Lunchbox beat. But it's not like a hard new jazz. It's like an ethereal one. Like it's like a dreamy one. It's like, I don't know. It's nice. It's nice on the ears, but like the drums are cool. And I don't know. I feel like it's like a Lunchbox side beat with a different spin on it. I like it. If you don't, sorry. But anyways, yeah, moving on. I got this sine lead from Xenology and just laid down this really simple repetitive pattern that repeats every 2 bars, just to add like a catchy element to the melody. So here's what that sounds like. Those grace notes are super helpful when it comes to making like plug and like new jazz and just like some like, I don't know, some like kind of jazzy, kind of swing kind of lead. They're super helpful, and an easy way to make those is to, what I would do is just underneath it, put a note that's in key and then highlight both of them and then Alt S, and it pulls up your strumizer, and then just turn the strength up until you got a decent effect on it, and then you can mess with the tension and stuff like that. Anyways, once you get that how you like it, just press accept, and there you go. Nothing crazy, but I'm gonna put that back where it was. But that's a easier way to do grace notes rather than messing around. But you can also just move it like that by holding Alt. But if you want it just to, you know, if you want to do a bunch at once, do the Alt S thing. Anyways, moving on, I got this ARP from Electric X. I just put the same chords down minus the little note that I had up here in the original melody. So here's what that sounds like. Then I have this one-shot lead that is just like a long whiny lead that kind of adds like a high-end element to the melody, but it's also pretty catchy and I really like it. So here's what that sounds like. Kind of reminds me of like a video game, and I think it sounds cool. And then I added this little top line with a steel drum one shot. It kind of just sounds like a synth in my opinion. So I used that and just made this really repetitive, again, really catchy top line, and pretty much just tucked it in the back and then put some like reverb and stuff on it. So here's what that sounds like. And yeah, last but not least for the melody, we have a video game square one shot that I made from a old VST called Jenny, Genny. You can look that up. It's free. You can get like cool retro video game sounds and make melodies with them. But I wanted to play with like velocities and slide notes and all that stuff. So I just rendered it out as a one shot, and I ended up using it in this instance. It's just for a little bit of a switch up. Nothing crazy, but here you go. I kind of have that dancing around the regular melody, you know what I mean? So yeah, now let's move on to the drums. I got a lot of drums here, as you may notice. So we'll start with the percussion. So let's just start with the clap and the hi-hat. The hi-hat is pretty spacey. It's not like just a normal two-step, and it has a lot of bounce to it. And then the clap has some like extra claps in there to add a little bit of bounce. I feel like Lunchbox's beats have like a lot of bounce and a lot of percussion, so I really wanted to implement that into this one. So here's what both of those sound like. And then on top of that, I added a smooth open hat, and then I added another open hat that's more like a accent open hat, I guess you'd say. And then this snap that I wanted to just add more bounce, kind of like a counter snare or whatever. But here's what all that sounds like. And then I added these sound effects. So I have a camera shutter, and I have this like anime sound effect that I have in my Livewire drum kit. By the way, all of these drums are, except for the clap and some of the 808s, are in my Livewire drum kit. So if you like what you're hearing, oh, cop that, John. For real. But anyways, yeah, the camera just has some delay on it, and the wind up has some delay on it as well. I like adding delay to my sound effects to kind of make them a little more blended in to the beat instead of them just kind of just sticking out. It makes it a little more ear candy as well. So here's what all those together sound like. Kind of just pretty subtle, but I like the sound effects in this instance over just adding more percussion because it adds uniqueness and, like I said, ear candy. So anyways, then I added 3 808s. So I have the Meds 808, the Chase the Meds that's in the Livewire drum kit, and another Meds that I ran through hardcore and put some distortion on. If you go to this preset, there's going to be like a reverb or a delay pedal, and I just took it off and then just used the distortion, and it took a lot of the bass out, so I turned the mix on it down and put a little bit of bass boost on it. So yeah, I have these kind of going in and out. So I have like the regular 808s is the starting one, kind of the 808 for this beat, and then I have it trade off with the Chase the Meds in the second bar, just to add a little bit of a like a different sound and a different bounce. And then in the fourth bar, I have the distorted Meds 808 just to kind of change it up again, a little bit of unpredictability there. You're like, whoa. All right, so we brought the Meds in and then Chase the Meds, and now it's gonna be Chase the Meds again. No. Distorted 808. And so, yeah, I kind of like how this turned out. I just like adding a bunch of different 808s and having them come in and trade off with one another. It's really cool, and it's fun to mess around with. So if you don't do that in your beats, do that. It's pretty cool. And yeah, so here's what all the 808s sound like. And yeah, I kind of like the bounce that it put out, and like I said, I like the change between 808s. So other than that, I added this sound effect at the beginning and at the pre-hook, the second pre-hook. It's like this like super generic like plug, like ice in the glass sound effect kind of thing. And so you've probably heard it before, but I thought it would sound cool, and I thought it would fit kind of the vibe. It's like ethereal and like wavy. So like, bro, you got some lean in the cup. Mine's tea, but yeah. So here's what that sounds like. Nico, why you icy? That's probably like where you heard something like that. But anyways, yeah, so that's actually gonna do it for the beat. I would say it's pretty simple, but there's like a lot of sounds, but all the sounds play a simple role and fit together like a puzzle to make the beat. So in a sense, it's kind of simple, but when it's all together, it's not really that simple. But anyways, yeah, that's gonna do it for this beat. I'm sorry that it's like a post beat breakdown thing. I don't like doing that, and I know you guys don't like watching it, but I was really big at procrastinating, so I didn't really have time to record another video before I wanted this to release, and it's already releasing like a day or two late. By the time you're watching this, I'm recording it on the day it's supposed to come out, so very sorry about that. And hopefully next time my recording will not be messed up, and hopefully I will have my voice back. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video regardless of the unconventional fashion of it. And yeah, you know what to do. Go ahead and check the link in the description. It'll take you to all of my social media accounts. Everything I got, it's in there. And be sure to subscribe, like, and let me know what type beat you want to see next, or what video ideas you got. Just anything, man. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna let this beat play out, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.